What's happening, guys? So Nate back here, and today's video is more of a tutorial video. First time I'm gonna actually hop on the computer and walk you guys through how to do something that's actually really cool. So a lot of you guys been seeing my Facebook ad that promotes my app for my watches. In this ad, if you haven't noticed, it does this really cool trick. Spins the hands on top of a static image. It catches the attention. It has been very profitable for me using that type of ad to get people to install the app, right? Well, now I'm actually going to release those files, let you guys all use those, show you in this video how to set it all up. So now you can run watch Facebook ads for your watches on your store and get your customers' attention by putting your design in the ad, and boom, now you're gonna sell a lot more watches. Why is that good? Well, it's good for me, it's good for you, it's good for everybody. So with that being said, let's hop onto my computer, let's get this tutorial going, and let's sell some watches. Rock and roll. What's up, guys? So Nate on the computer, and this is the watch tutorial, how to make your hands spin. Now, there's probably a better way to do this, but I don't know it. And this is the way I'm gonna show you guys, is the simplest way that I know. So all I have is a PSD. You can go to the resource site and you can load any PSD, a mock-up that we have for the watch. It's very simple. You can choose, all of our PSDs, you can switch out, like I want the gold watch or whatever. I want this band, the silver. You can switch out the bands, and then you can go over to the face and you can change, I want the gold face, silver face, whatever. And then you can even change the hands. However, we want to turn off the hands in this case because we're gonna put hands in a video. So we start this process in Photoshop, and then we move over to an editor like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere. I'm gonna show you in Final Cut, that's because I use a Mac and that's how I know. But I'm pretty sure you can use the exact same process in Premiere. So what I have is the mock-up with the design I want, okay? I'm gonna save that as a JPEG, exactly like this. And then I'm gonna go over and change the design, and I'll just add the red one. And then I'm gonna, let this update, okay, and update it. Pretend this was your design, right? And you're gonna have it flip through many designs. So design number 2, boom, I'm gonna save this as JPEG. Then I'm gonna go to design number 3 or whatever, and file, save this. And you can do this as many times as you want. You can have 1, 2 designs, 3, 10, 20, it does not matter. Basically all you're doing is making JPEGs. You're gonna save them on your computer as JPEG images. You're gonna load those images into your editor. So now you're done with Photoshop. So no hands, don't save any of the hands. Any of the JPEGs do not have hands on them. And then what you're gonna do is go over to your editor, your editing software. Now I just have a Final Cut open, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drag, for example, those 3 images. So let me show you what those did, because I already did that. So for example, I got 3 images. I got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I got my 3 JPEG images. I load it into Final Cut Pro. Now I'm just gonna choose the select tool and I'm gonna do something very simple. I'm just gonna select all 3. I wanna make a compound clip. Press OK. Okay, now combine all clips to one, but it's the same thing. And then all I'm gonna do is copy, paste, like, I don't know, a bunch of times. And then I'm gonna do that same thing again and combine all new compound clip. So now I have a bunch of files that are, just flipping through designs, but it's at really slow pace, because if I play it at normal speed, it's like not flipping fast enough. So that's why I put a bunch in a row, so that I can change my speed, which is right here. So I'm gonna go fast. I'm gonna go 8 times the speed. Now see how small my clip gets? My clip is only 10 seconds. So now I play it, and you can see how my designs are flipping at a decent speed. Now I'm happy the way this looks. Okay, so we're 50% of the way done with our tutorial. So what do I have? I have a folder I'm gonna share with you guys that's gonna have the different color hands, rose gold, silver, and I'll put black in here. But all you have to do is take these MOV files, okay, and boom, I'm gonna drag it on top. Okay, so what does that look like? Well, it looks like this, because
we need to get rid of this black so it sees through to the bottom. And how do I do that? Well, I click on hands, and then I'm going to click on over here. It's called blend mode, and I'm just going to go down to choose lighten. And now you can see my silver hand right there. So now I'm going to choose this again, and I'm just going to position it transform, and I'm just going to move it right on top, somewhere centered. And then I'm going to shorten this video clip because all it does is spin. And then I'm going to press play, and we're going to watch this spin. So you can see that this is pretty decent. It's not exactly perfect. There's a little bit of see-through because of this blend mode that we're using. Like I said, I'm not sure if there's a better way, an easier way, but this is the way that I have, and this is the way that I used in the Facebook ads that you guys have seen. Basically, if you have your design changing like this and the rotating hands, it's gonna get the attention of the person on Facebook if you're running an ad like this. So that's all that matters. And if you want to speed this up, so I want to paste this. Let's say I want this to go 2 times speed. So let's drag this down, okay? And let's drag this here, and then I'm just going to copy and paste. And now let's make a compound clip of this, new compound clip. And now I want to speed up this clip because this was a little bit too slow. So I'm going to go 4x speed, and now I'm going to drag this right on top. And guess what? Now it's going to spin even faster. So what do I need to do? Go back to blend, lighten that up, and now let's see how fast my designs and my hand spin. So it going much faster. You can see the little red that's flying by. And because I combined a couple of clips together, you can see it jumps. So in order to fix that, you would have to arrange. When I first drag this in, I chopped the file. So if I would start over, I would redo this with the full file, and then it would go all the way around, and it wouldn't do that reset like you just saw, right? It resets right there. If I start with the full file again, it wouldn't do that. So, but that's basically it, guys. Now, all I do is export this and a master file default. What settings? Normally, this file is not page post file. So if I wanted to make this for page post, I would have to adjust my project, I'm pretty sure. But that's for another video. Basically, I would make my project 1200 by 1200. But right now, when I drag this image in, it set the project file to be like the normal project file, which is modify. Let's see. So this is this is what I want. So this project clip is 1920 by 1080. So if I wanted to make that custom and I wanted that to be 1200 by 1200 for my page post Facebook, I could set that to 1200, and then if I zoom out, now I'm not an expert at this. If I zoomed out, I think we could. I think I have to see it's already set. So if I wanted to make, I would have to make a new project file. So I would go new project. Now I would set that to custom. So you would start with this process basically. See, I'm learning at the same time. So now I have a square image, and my other project is the HD file. Well, you can start with a project that's square, and this would be better to do that. But yeah, more or less, guys, that's how you do it. I'm gonna give you guys these files, and you guys can make Facebook ads with watches now that spin, which is really cool. So if you have any questions, post your comments. Let me know, guys. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys sell some watches. Cheers.